Hello and welcome to Tattoo Shop Talk. And today me and Dan, we will have a convention conversation. So instead of Tattoo Shop Talk, it's convention conversation. We went to a tattoo convention. I didn't see what he saw and he didn't see what I saw because we went on a different day. So we will do this sort of recap type of situation. And the tattoo convention was called Blackwork Tattoo Convention, which happened in Copenhagen. Let's start with the first thing, concept of the convention. What do you think about that?
Well, it's mostly more closed conversations, which is more implied that it's artists that has to be invited, which also represents the blackwork concept in their style work, that it's more of darker or more like blackwork, like solid black areas, rather than it's a mixture of all styles. For people that are interested in that style, it's super educational for people to actually see people that work with that. And also it's a whole style of the tattooers, and there's also some music that follows or gets along with that style. So it's a cool concept.
Also blackwork, it's not just blacked out sleeves. There's a bunch of different variations. There's all those modern tribal looking things, and there was a lot of also, it's more like a black and gray looking, but it's just done with the dotty shadings. Blackwork is not just scary, but it was like super interesting, and it's also kind of like a smaller convention.
Yeah.
It felt very cozy. What about execution, like how it was set up? It's advertised as a smaller convention, but I think it was still bigger than the last one that we had in the cities.
Whole area is actually a pretty cozy, like small venue, but the main convention was divided in two rooms. There was this courtyard that kind of held it all together, where you can also buy vinyls and get some food and drinks. There were two buildings, one where there were more of a, I don't know if it's an office building.
Which one?
The smaller one.
I think it's more like exhibition type of a center, because it was this long...
Yeah, it's this long hall, yeah. Yeah, there was like maybe 8 or 10 artists there.
I think it was meant to be 10 to 15 in that area. And then there was the ones who sold all the funky skulls.
Yeah, the oddities, and one that painted.
Yeah.
And then when you got out in the courtyard and you went into another building, then you had to go on the first floor, and then there was also like a couple of tattoo artists there. I think there was also like the
10-ish.
Yeah, 10-ish. So it was like a small venue that they have, or like a small capacity of room. Still, it worked fine with like, oh, so you wanted to check that out. There was like that much crowd there, so you can get more room the other side. So you can easily go back and forth. And also in the tall building, when you had to go to the first floor, there was some kind of hidden room with some board games.
I got them on camera, so they explained what they're doing. They were only people who I got to talk on camera. I'm planning to interview the convention guys. This is just our recap. Yeah, it was funny neon room with all the
exactly. Room when you had to go down the stairway, and I was like, I wonder what's in there. And then there was like 3 guys talking about board games. I was like, oh, so you're also here.
And the vinyl part was also like, it was reasonably priced.
It
was fair prices, and it's the bands that you know.
Yeah, it's more like darker black metal or something, but still had some fair prices. Also because, again, I don't think that it's more like the vinyl part that attracts tourists. So it's more that, okay, so I went here, I can grab a vinyl because it fits the whole scheme, and then go off again. So it was fun.
Yeah, I was there on Friday and it was bad weather, but it was kind of like, you get bored in one room, you look around, they're like, oh, okay, I'll go look around there. So you go to vinyl, you go to other place, then you come back, and then weather got better. It's free entrance, so people were just appearing and disappearing, and some were there for convention, and some were there just stumbled upon a thing, and there were also bands. On Friday there were 3 black metal bands, which was also, again, cool. It attracted people, you had some bands to look at, listen to, and again, the people who's into one thing can check other thing out. That was cool. The free entrance is also a cool concept, and what I like, they don't have any competitions.
No.
So there's no prizes, none of that stuff. So people are super chill. So when I was there on Friday morning, the beginning of day, it was super relaxed. People were slowly setting up. No one's rushing. Because on some conventions where there's prizes, then people are like more focused on winning that prize, and it's very rushed and sort of, it feels stressful, and you kind of don't like, so you don't want to approach those tattooists because you don't want to get in the way. But here it was super chill, and first part of the day was interesting because you see how people slowly set up. Someone's just arriving, someone's forgot a bed, so organizers gave a cargo bike, so they went and picked up the bed, and it was super chill. It's more of a community thing than a convention where like, oh, look at me, I won a prize. That was cool, and everyone was super nice.
Yeah, if people weren't like working and concentrating, they were open to chat. Like, I bought a print, had to wait like a minute or so, and then she came over to me and started talking for like 10 minutes while her client were having a drink or some water, some food. And I was like, didn't you have to go back to work? Oh yeah, it's fine. But yeah, it's super chatty, super friendly,
super relaxed atmosphere.
I think it's because there is no deadlines that you have to have a piece ready for a convention or anything. So it's more like we get there when we're finished and then take it from there.
I call those type of conventions more like it's like a jam session for tattooists. They meet up, they like have fun, they talk, they see what everyone's doing. Obviously a great place where to buy merch, because for myself, I like tattoos, but I don't like getting them anymore. But if I go to tattoo convention, I'll buy a print or some merch or a hat or a t-shirt or something like that. I got these 3 here that I need to frame. I just got frames delivered, so these were pretty cool. Julie Lintrup, how do you say it on there?
Julia Lintrup.
So I got these 3 beauties. There was a bunch of other ones, but my brain didn't work to get them, and when my colleague got them, I was like, I should have get them. I talked to organizer that it's more like event with everything, so they will see which way it grows. They mentioned that there's tattoo convention that grew into like a festival. And what was really cool, I got a chance to spend day before convention with the guys who organized them and other people on a convention. And the organizers had organized this sort of meetup. First it's a meetup, then we went to the tattoo shop. So we checked the shop out, really cozy Copenhagen shop. And after visiting that shop, I'm not complaining about lack of space here, so we're doing fine. Okay. We could bitch with other tattooists about hygiene checkups and stuff like that. And then they had organized tour in area of Copenhagen, and it was this very nice older gentleman who's like local legend, so he took us to all sorts of historical places, all sorts of like fun stories about old times, historical times, the artsy, how districts became artsy, how some districts became like a red light district. So that was interesting tour, and he was a cool storyteller. It was Strange Tours, or I'll put it in a video description. There was a link to that stuff. Really cool stuff. Everyone had a laugh. We walked around, had a bit of history, and then there was a beer tasting in a local brewery, which is nice. You get to taste beer. It was nice beer, nice brewery. The guy was explaining everything. They also came up with their own beer, so the Blackwork Convention beer. That concept, again, I want to get full interview with organizers, but he picked up that concept from another tattoo convention. And what it does, you spend half a day with all those tattooists laughing about fun facts of Copenhagen, drinking beers. Basically, next day when you come into convention, you already kind of know everyone. You come in and you're like, hey. It was same thing in UK when we went with Carlos. They had a pre-convention meetups. A bit awkward first, but you start to talk to people, and next day you come in and you're like, hey, how are you? Like, you know, this good? How's your hangover?
Yeah.
And that type. So it's really, again, nice idea to break the ice, to have a more like open community, less awkward moments. Yeah, like you said, everyone was nice, even though I felt the cringe master approaching people and being like, hey, I'm with camera.
Yeah, like for me it was more like I studied a lot of the designs that the tattoo artists were doing, and I just felt like the most like awkward person because I was just staring like, oh, so you shade like that, and and there was this really friendly tattoo artist, the guy that we bought a hat from, I can't pronounce his name correctly, Gregorio, yeah, something sorry for shaming your name, but you were really nice. And he was like, oh, so you're also a tattoo artist? I just looked at it and we started chatting, and like people were just friendly. Like they didn't mind that you were looking. It wasn't like if you went by and took a look on what they did that they felt stressful or something. Would you rather not? But it was super cool.
And because it's Blackwork, there were a bunch of works where you look at it and you're like, it looks cool. And at the same time, I have no idea what I'm looking at. Like, should I read it? Is it some shape? Or what is it? But it's cool, and it's also like super handy because it's like 5-minute walk from Copenhagen train station.
Yeah.
For us, it's like hour and a little bit on a train, and then you hop off and you are there. There was not like many food trucks and all that part, but it was in the area which was with a lot of food places and whatnot. Like, you know, sometimes it's like you have a convention, then you have food trucks with super expensive foods and beers and whatnot. So that was also chill from that side. And yeah, well, I mean, we both like it hit, so it's a really cool thing. I was thinking how big that thing could get. Like, I think if they would made it twice the size, that would be already like max capacity. Like everything bigger than that would be like a proper festival.
It's also because that they have that mixture of both the touring and the concerts, like on a larger scale. Then they also have to like separate them both, because I don't think that even though how friendly.
Yeah, at some point things could get out of hand.
Yeah, exactly. Especially if there's like brutal black work or black metal playing at the same time as people have to concentrate. So it's like, it could be a cool concept, no doubt. It just has to be the right location and maybe divided.
Also, at this point, it was just organizers from the shop looking after everything. And the same like in that British convention, like... I was like, oh, maybe we could have a quick interview, but you can see the guys are running around like crazy. And I'm like, if you have time. And my conclusion is that if organizers look like SpongeBob out of water, it's a good convention. They have the thing on a pulse. This feels more personal. That was cool. Yeah, that's about it. I mean, it's something I recommend to check out, especially if you are like in Copenhagen. It's free. Like, it's like you don't lose anything. You can just go check it out. If you're into black metal, you can enjoy 3 bands on a day. There was a bit different on Saturday. On Friday it was more like one genre. On Saturday they were a bit different.
I didn't get to stay that long to see the music, but I think it was more punk or something on the afternoon, and then it gradually
went heavier and slower.
Went heavier, yeah.
Cool. And like on Friday I was filming, I was running around with camera, but I came there at like 1 o'clock. First part of the day was like slow, and I had my train at like 11. So I was like, if it goes like that, it's gonna be a long day. But second half of the day, when bands and everything, like when it all picked up, even when the thing was over, there were people outside still chatting. I was there till last minute, and I was like, okay, I have to go now. So it was super cool. If you consider visiting it, maybe don't start from a very morning, unless you are interested in how people put the designs on, because there was some guy a bunch of guys I think were doing freehand, so that was interesting if you're into that stuff. But if you want more action, then it's second part of the day. Then it's bands and more finished works and merch and prints and all that good stuff. Next year, check it out. Do you recommend?
Of course.
I want to interview organizers. We agreed that we'll figure it out. It's really interesting how he got to that concept and what's behind it and what's the future plans. So this is our recap of the convention. Check all the links in the video description. Check out Blackwork Convention. I will not tag all the artists because you can go to Blackwork Convention and do that. Might spam somewhere the pictures that I took. I just haven't figured out where and how and why. That's it. Thank you for watching. Press likes, leave comments. If you super awesome, share this video. The usual, stay safe, and we're out. Bye.